Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Gonna place down a couple blocks. See if I know what I'm doing. I doubt it. I doubt it. Welcome back. Figment Quad 4 here, and I'm going to show you the progress that I made on the escape room. Now, I've been playing a lot of Valheim and doing other things, been busy with work, so I haven't worked on it a whole lot, but I have done just a little bit, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. First, I'll show you this. This is some stables that Taco Tuesday helped me make. Actually, this is the castle. We've got some of the stuff laid out. I don't remember if I showed you in the last video these towers. But you've got these little steps going down, and I'm going to have it on peaceful mode so there's no mob spawning, so that we can actually play with the light. So you can see how you go down here and there's light. Normally Minecraft it's all lit up all the time and it's really annoying, but here you can see this, and he's got these archer windows and stuff. So it's pretty cool. The ramparts here, all that stuff. So I can't remember if I went over that before. If you want to see that in more detail, let me know. But here's the stables. So Taco Tuesday 2 helped me design this because I don't know anything about horses. She's seen Horseland or whatever it's called. Hold on. Heartland. She's seen Heartland, not Horseland. But anyway, so she knows more about horses and whatnot. And she's like, well, on this show, this does this. And she doesn't sound like that, but that's how my impression of everyone is. So, barn. I added these little light fixtures. I've got these stripes along here to break it up a little bit. You can see we went with a dark wood posts with the just a lighter wood there. I did this nice little curved barn roof thing. I thought was kind of nice. And then inside, we got these giant doors. They're trap doors, so they're not actual doors, but it just looks nice. You got the hay bales, you got your pitchfork, you've got your stalls over here. This one, the hay's clean because no horses in there. You got your dirty hay where the horses are. This is something she said that horses, you put their heads in like this, and then you can clean them. They're like tied to these posts on the side, so you can come inside here and clean them. So there's a drain, there's some water, there's some tool, whatever. Here's like a brush and a cloth and a calendar. She said there's like always information about, whatever, horses or cleaning schedules, or I don't know. I don't know if they're like cars and they need 6,000 mile maintenance or whatever, like an oil change or something. You got these hooks here to hang stuff on for horses related stuff. You got a table to work on stuff. Got some lanterns, nice medieval, I'm glad those are in the game so it's not just torches all over. Then those are great in a stable because it's less likely to catch fire to this big thing of hay. Oh yeah, we got the hanging ones. Forgot about that. Then some saddles. So pretty nice. There's nothing redstone tricky about this just yet. It's just a stable. But the bigger thing, the bigger trouble, challenge for me is like aesthetically making things look nice and coming up with all these designs. I made the mistake. I knew I was doing it, but I did anyway, of picking a castle as the setting for the escape room. So it's a large space. So I've got to fill a lot of it aesthetically. But the positive side of that is that there can be clues that lead to various rooms. So there's can be some clue somewhere where it's like, hey, you realize I need to go, you realize you need to go to the stables and maybe you need to do something. Like maybe you need to drop an item down in the, that didn't work, down in the clean, the empty place, and maybe it gets sucked up and then something happens. A door opens, you get some other clue or artifact or something. So yeah, I'll add something to this later, but right now it's just aesthetically, she helped me build that. So over here, this actually had a little trick to it. So this is the chapel, and then this is the like priest's little house or whatever. So the chapel, you can see we've got this nice dark trim and some stained glass windows, sandstone in the roof, nice design up front with the cross. And I'll show you his little room here. Oop. Bed, books, chair. Sit here studying, writing sermons, all that kind of stuff. And then when we go in here, Um, you can see again the lighting is just nice. I don't know if you've ever been in a small church in the middle of nowhere and you don't have the lights on and it's just middle of the day. And so it's just this peaceful, quiet, meditative sort of place. That's what this is. We got these pews, of course, and we got the little aisle. You've got this up here. Thus say the Lord, boom, you know, all that kind of stuff. You got this altar here. And then if we take this special item, and in this case I have required item 65165513. I'll rename it later, it'll be something that's actually relevant to the thing, but just to show you, somewhere somebody will find this item, they'll have a clue that leads them to understand that they need to take it here. So once they figure out, they'll bring the item, they'll drop it on the altar. I need to fix that, hold on. Okay, you have this special item, you drop it on the altar. Boom, staircase opens up, leading you down here into what will eventually be the catacombs, and that'll lead you into the castle, so you can sneak in that way. Because the castle, there's going to be, you know, a large portcullis or something, some sort of, maybe a drawbridge, I'm not sure exactly, but there's a moat there next to the stable, I don't know if you noticed that, and to get across and get into the castle itself, that's going to be closed at first. So you'll need to come down here, go through the catacombs, exit somewhere in the castle, and then you'll need to, you know, open the door, and then you can freely traverse back and forth. And you know, there'll be different puzzles that require you to go different places and do things. But this is how you get into the castle proper, rather than just the court, the outer, I don't know what you call it, but you know, where they getting into the real castle. So this little walkway over here won't be here, but you'll come down in here and there'll be the catacombs. I've got this button so you can push it back up. So you can see, boom, flat, and then it brings it back up. And to reset this, I need to take this item out of here. And then I can push the button. And now it should be ready to go for us to do it again. So if somebody played this, oops, I went too far, then that's how I would reset it. You can see, it looks like nothing's here. It just looks like floor. Nothing suspicious. So I'm going to show you how to build this. This right here is one design I found. I was looking for stairs and redstone and stuff. And that's the thing about this redstone stuff. You don't need to start from scratch. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time you need to drive your car. You can, you know, use what people have done before and then build on it. So there's a lot of concepts out there. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of redstone. And so this one right here, I wanted to have that stairs going down, so I was looking it up. Here is what I first found, which this is a little contraption that when you push this, it'll bring that center block down to, and then when you push this, it'll make it go back up. So what's going on here is it has to be a button, because the button creates a redstone signal. So this is what's called like ascending, right? So the pulse is started, and then when the button depresses, then the redstone signal goes back down, descends. So there's a descending edge and a descending edge. So this is an asymmetrical redstone contraption, whatever, I think is what it's called. So because there's something different that happens when the button powers it and when it becomes unpowered. There's two phases of it. So this button powers this repeater, which powers this piston, shoving it up there. Then the observer notices the change, powers that block there, causes that piston to extend, causing that to mess with that. So you can see on the first part, they both go, and then when on the second part, they both go again in reverse. Is that right? No, in the same order. But yeah, I didn't come up with this. You know, some genius did. But anyway, it's boop, 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 boop. You can see how that works. So what we needed was 3 of them, though. So this little contraption boop, boop, brings all 3 down. So then you've got the stair-stepping pattern. And so I'm going to show you how to build this real quick. And it's not important that you understand the redstone or how it works. You know, this may be, you know, sometimes you get these circuits and you build it and you're like, okay, I have no idea how that does what it does. That's beyond me. but I know how to build it. I know how it works. I know what to do with it. I know how it works as in, you know, how to apply it. So I'll show you, after I show you this little bit, I'll show you what's down there. It's kind of a tight fit, but once you understand this, you can kind of see how I put it in context with other redstone contraptions that none of which I've created, but I've put them together so that they cause this effect, this trapdoor with a lock thing. So, and you may have seen this before. This isn't cutting edge or anything, but it's still cool. So the idea behind these is this center one is actually just that contraption that we've just made. So you're making that, and then you're adding two other sides to it. So you can see I've built it 3 times because it's hard to remember. Yeah, I hadn't built this in a while at the time of making this video, so now I need to remember how to actually do it. So first you set down your 3 blocks, put your redstone, your button's going to go here, and your repeater's going to go here, and you need to click it twice. Then you need, oops, a repeater here. We're going to click it once, and then we're going to, what do you do here? Yeah, this is where you put 2 pistons on top of each other. And then this goes here. If you don't know, you can crouch and right-click to place a block against something like this, because otherwise if you right-click, it changes the delay of it. But if you shift-click, you can place it on there. Same as if you want to click something on the side of a hopper. So anyway, and then it'll get a block here. And then your wood, which is what we're using for the floor in this case, would go here. So let's test it out. Yep, it goes up there, brings it back down. So that part works. That middle part is just the same as this part here, and we've just made it so we can add stuff on the sides. So this side bit, you need a piston here, and then an observer, which is, nope, wrong way, facing, you know, it's observing this redstone, so it'll cause a signal. Now there's nothing here, so when this observer observes the signal, it's going to power itself and cause this piston to push it up. And when it pushes it up, that's when the observer will be pointing into this sticky piston here, which will cause it to actually do something. And that's where we're going to have that wood there. So you can see now those two. So that one's actually pretty simple. Then this third one, this one I haven't quite wrapped my head around yet, but the idea is basically that this block is actually going to be moved right there. Right there. So what's going to happen is these 2 pistons are going to push this piston over here, and then this piston is going to extend and grab that block and then bring it down, and then those 2 pistons are going to bring this piston and that block over there. This block is just static. It stays there the whole time. This is actually the bottom of the stairs. So if we push the button, you see that? It pulled those both over after that had pulled that down. And then you're left with this as the stairs. And when you push it again, it just pushes that block up and brings the piston back. So that's how that works. And to build it, we've got an observer looking at this repeater and into that block. Put the block here. And then you're going to need this block here with an observer here facing up. So it's looking, I don't know which way you say it's facing, but it's looking at this redstone, and it's causing a signal to pop out the top here. And then we're putting a repeater here with no delay on it. And then that will feed into the piston, which I just got rid of somehow. There we go. So we're going to have 2 pistons on top of each other and one like that. And then the wood for it is going to end up there. So if I look at this, I think I've got it. So let's try it out. Boom. So just one more time, I'm going to run through it real quick without much explanation, just in case you want to build it and follow this. You don't have to sit through my explanation again. So 3 blocks here, button here, redstone signal, repeater, click it twice. I'm going to put a repeater here and click it once. I'm going to put 2 sticky pistons here. I'm going to go ahead and throw that wood on there. We're going to throw this observer. Okay. Here, we're going to do this block. Let's go ahead and do that one. We can throw an observer here. We can throw an observer here with a sticky piston below it, and with a sticky piston here, with the wood here. Here we're going to need redstone, repeater with no delay on it. Then we'll do an observer here. We'll do that block there. We'll need the sticky piston here, here, and here. And then the wood block that actually goes there. And then, did I miss anything? Let's see. Boom. Seems to work. So that's how you do that. So in here, what's going on is we've got this altar, and if I destroy this block, you can see there's some hopper Minecraft here. Oops, wrong button. And then here's an item filter. So you can look up item filters if you've seen anybody build supply storage systems, that's what they're called. Then they will use this. So the idea is it only allows the item that you want to go into it. Any other item won't fit, so it won't pick it up. And then once it goes in there, it increases the signal output from the comparator that's reading it, and then that signal goes into some circuit, causes something to happen, and drops the item out and into another hopper where we'll grab it to reset the system. So what we do here is we need this bad boy here, a rail, and we're going to need, let's grab one of these. So what we do here is we put the rail down, we put the cart down on top of it. Now I think it's better if the rail is like that, so the hopper is going that way. You can carefully destroy the cart or the rail. You can kind of shove this over if you can, and then we need to put a block on top of it. Now the way to do that is let's see, we're gonna need a block there. So we're just going to use a piston to push the block down, and it'll actually go in the same spot as it. So boom, you can't even see it. The reason I have these carpets here, though, is actually that you might be able to see this faint little circular shadow, and depending on the lighting, it could be more obvious. So this carpet just blocks that shadow from being seen, and that shadow is from the hopper minecart. So when we throw the item in, it'll pick up with that hopper minecart. Do we still have the item? No, I'd have to grab one from in there. But anyway, it grabs that. If it's the right item, it goes through the filter, and then it sends a signal. Hi, pigs. Pardon me. Here's the item filter circuit. Nothing to write home about. Here's where the item goes down to after it's done. Grab some of these just to have them. I don't care about that. Then this comparator says, oh, there's an item down there, so now let's activate the other circuit. It comes through here. I mentioned before, because of the asymmetric redstone design, it needs a pulse to turn on, does stuff, pulse turns off, does more stuff. So it has to be that signal on, off, like a button does. So you can't just have a lever feeding into it or it will not work. So instead of having a button, because I don't know how to make the item filter feed into a button, you know what I mean? So I guess maybe you could shoot an arrow, but that seems unreliable. The other way is to do a pulse limiter, I believe it's called. So this right here is going to have a redstone signal go into it, cause the piston to push up the block, which means there's no longer redstone going through it, and then it'll drop the block. Well, it'll do it real fast, so it'll leave the block up there, and then, you know, when it resets, it'll go through, I think. I'm not sure. I tested this and I figured out this is, again, something I found on the wiki, not something I came up with, but I just put the item filter. I needed this to do this thing, and then it feeds over here into the system that we just built outside. So it's kind of cramped in here, but you can see, like, here's the 2 pistons as part of the first bit we showed. Here's the side bit, you know, with the space behind the observer and the piston above it. And so you can see all of it right here. Yeah, so that's how it works. I hope you'll be able to build it yourself. Is this now? There we go. Hey, let me out. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool little thing. That's how far I am on the escape room so far. So if you guys have any ideas, you know, let me know. I'll keep working on it sporadically. And, oh wow, I've got 5 of these things built now. But yeah, I've got a lot more work to do. I need to actually build a lot of terrain and stuff before I can fill it out with puzzles, which is why it might be better to have a much smaller situation. You know, like if you do a mansion, it's gonna be a lot harder than if you do, like, if you've ever been to an actual escape room. There's, you know, one room you're in, and you may unlock a second room. Maybe there's a third room, but it's all, you know, bedroom-sized rooms. It's not this giant vacuous space that they need to fill with props and designs and all that. That would be prohibitively expensive, especially with the overhead. But this is Minecraft, so all it takes is extra time and effort. So I'll keep working on this. Let me know if you guys have any ideas or any questions about this, or you need me to go into more detail about anything, or if there's redstone traps or any tricks or anything that you'd like to put in that you need explained a little better. I could try my best to explain it, and, you know, maybe even put it in here. So I do have some ideas. I wouldn't mind more ideas, but I'll keep working on this. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.